What's up, drivers? It is round 4 of the RacingCockpits.com Pacific Cup, and that means it's time for, once again, your weekly racing guide. This time we're at the historic Willow Springs Raceway, specifically Big Willow, as seen in Ford versus Ferrari. Ken Miles, who developed the Ford GT, helped design this track. It's not one that's used very often in iRacing, definitely not for GT3 racing. So there's probably going to be a lot of you out there who are learning it for the first time. I'm going to help you break this track down and go as fast as you can. Now again, this isn't the fastest time, it's my fastest time today, and it's a good place for you to start and learn Willow Springs. So let's go check it out. All right, so I might look a little bit different because yesterday's audio did not record, so making sure we have it today. So let's go ahead and take a look at our fast lap of Willow Springs. Now again, we drive in circles, so we want to start with the last corner. That sets up your fast lap. And this one's a bit of a tricky one. There's no real great braking markers. You're going to come into this full speed, and then what I'm looking for is off camera right now. So I'm looking for this building out here to kind of be at the center, almost center of my windshield. And like this, if this is the middle, it's like just about here, getting into this area. You can play around with how late or early you want to brake, but generally what I found here is when it's right about here. So you'll see my braking inputs about 25, maybe 30%, just to get the car to rotate nice and smooth. Laying off the throttle and letting the car just roll and rotate into this apex here. Bit of a dip there, so you can really push the car into it. From there, we're getting back on the throttle 100%, all the way down the start, the finish, all the way down to the start, down the start finish straight, and into turn 1. This is another tricky one to spot because there's no yard markers, no meter markers. So what I use is kind of this last section of fence as the area I want to be making my braking in, whether early or late. Or if you're looking to this side, you're looking at like the Ford sign, it ends up being the Toyota sign. I prefer to look inside because I'm already going to be going that direction. And that's where I can look down track and down around the corner, and I'm still finding my brake reference right there. So you'll see as I hit that first pole, in between the last pole, about 60% braking, really trailing it off, getting the car to rotate down into the apex. As soon as I get almost to the apex, I'm already back on throttle. A little tighter than I'd like there. I wouldn't hit that curb normally, but once I'm out past it, 100% throttle, the car is going to wash out, drive out to the edge of the track there, and you're just going to slowly bring it back around. Stay in fourth. And this one's just a little bit of brake pedal right around here, right around this dip, just to get the car to rotate in to turn 2. You see, it was just, I kind of missed that there. So it's just 25%, little blip to get it to roll. And then this entire time, I'm just feathering the throttle, 75%, 50, 60%, get it to dip, come back inside to this late apex here, and that sets you up to go outside on the exit there. I found that this later apex is really ideal because that little let off that you're going to do to get it to dip, get the weight to transfer and rotate, will put you in a better position for your exit. It's real easy to go off on this exit here and get your lap not counted. So in qualifying, it's extra important. It's going to be a 1x in race. And then here, what I'm looking for is kind of where you see a little bit of a dip in the asphalt, you know, a bit before the red curb here. That's kind of my braking zone again, you know, earlier if you're early, late if you're late. This is not a late braking corner. You're going to really need to get slowed down and set up for this next sequence of corners. If you go too deep, you're going to be too wide. You're going to lose a lot of time. You're potentially going to go off track. So again here, I am right about here. So you'll see kind of where the asphalt dips out. I'm kind of using that as my range. I tend to go a little bit early to set up this corner, so it's going to be kind of right around this area, maybe quarter of the way down the tar snake right there. You're really going to stay tight here and get prepared for this exit. There's a bit of camber there that you can use because you're going to go up the hill into 4, and this one's a little tap of brake just to get it to rotate, and then off throttle, letting the car roll back down, hitting that late apex again there, and then pushing back on the throttle 100% for this exit here. Full throttle all the way down into 5. What I'm looking for is kind of just before the red and white curbing, but I'm not going to roll it. It unsettles the car too much. It seems to be better, at least for me, in the Mercedes, to hold it tight to that line, but not roll over the curbing there. And I'm going to straighten out real quick. Brake, 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 brake down in here, staying in 3rd. Managing the throttle down through there, managing your steering angle, 100% throttle once you hit that apex, and you're going to carry that all the way over turn 6, up into 4th. Let the car exit nice and wide. From here until turn 9, you're pretty much full throttle. You know, find a good line to set up this curve. Turn 7's kind of a turn, and then you go in turn 8 and 9. Full throttle. You kind of follow the dark areas of the track. That tends to be where the tire buildup is, a little bit more traction there. Nice and tight through there. You'll feel a little bit of a dip. I'm going to wash out, and then this is where we get back to where we started. Again, looking for this white building off in the distance, letting it get to about just before the mid part of your windshield, your screen here on the Mercedes. There's like this kind of little bump. You're kind of looking in between the bump on the hood and the windshield wiper clip there is kind of my reference point. But any of the car, it's kind of, you know, a third, a little bit before halfway into the screen there. And again, it's just a little bit of brake to get it to turn. You're gonna let the car roll into the curb and push out, and that's your lap. And for me, that was a 1:12.473. So we'll go ahead and look at that. The next lap at full speed. Actually, there's a good lap. The sun's already coming out. We'll let you look at the next lap at full speed, see what it's like, and that should be enough to get you started around Willow Springs for the racingcockpits.com Pacific Cup, which will be live tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific time, so watch that. We have 2 more races after that. We're going to have Laguna Seca, Long Beach and San Diego, the new Qualcomm circuit. So make sure you tune into those as well. It's a really close championship. Been a lot of fun, a lot of amazing races. You're not going to want to miss it. So follow us everywhere, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Oh, what am I doing? That's not the way we it. Sorry. As always, when you're heading out on track, you're going to have cold tires, cold brakes. You got to warm it up.